So Cardano ADA has been trading sideways, following on from my previous video. And these wave structures are showing us that they are made up of corrective waves rather than impulsive waves. And so despite the negative action that we've seen, it's not too concerning. Now, during the time of recording, it looks like a WXY structure is currently forming, where essentially what you have is your W wave, X wave, and your Y wave. And that Y wave would typically be a 1 to 1.236 retracement of the W wave. And so it has the potential to reach anywhere between 64.6 cents to 65 cents. And so there is still a little bit more room to the upside. Now, of course, the minimum requirement has been met, which is the 0.618 retracement level. And so we could still see that reversal to the downside, where ADA could then potentially reach this region here. Now, a bigger WXY structure is also forming, where we have a W wave, X wave, and Y wave. So again, what we can do is predict our targets. So assuming that the X wave is now complete, ADA has the potential to reach anywhere between 61 to 61.7 cents, which again, more or less aligns with the target that I talked about in my previous video. Now, what you can see is our upper target sits within the fair value gap. And so right now, the stochastic RSI is indicating that we are within the overbought conditions. And so it will be interesting to see if the bears begin to take control of the market and drive the price of ADA down towards this region here. Now, of course, over the last few days, we have looked healthy, given that we have been finding support at the 200 EMA. So over here, singles for over here and over here right now. Now, I'm anticipating ADA to get rejected at the 200 EMA and see more moves to the downside, where we then potentially reach this region here. Now, one thing that did catch my eye was smart money concept indicating that we have a strong low at around 58 cents, whereas we have a weak high at around 66 cents. Whereas on the 4-hour chart and on the daily chart, they kind of contradict each other, because on the 4-hour chart it's indicating that we have a weak low at around 51 cents and a strong high at around 77 cents. Whereas on the daily chart, it's indicating that we have a strong low at 50 cents, which is more or less the same as what's shown on the 4-hour chart. That's indicating that we have a weak low. And of course, we have a weak high at around $1.32. And so personally, I wouldn't bank my money on ADA reaching this region here. And instead, what I'll be doing is dollar cost averaging, because for as long as ADA is trading below $1 and also trading below 80 cents, then that's definitely a good opportunity to be, dollar cost averaging and accumulating. Given that, we are in uncertain times and it's not really clear as to whether or not we are going to go even deeper towards this range here, or we have bottomed and we see a reversal to the upside, where we can then, target out that $10 range that I've been targeting over the last few months. And so, yeah, that's just my quick update. Short term, I'm still anticipating ADA to reach anywhere between this region here, between 61 cents to 61.95 cents. And we could potentially reach this region here too, between 52 cents to 58 cents. But that's more a mid-term target as opposed to a short-term target. And once we do reach this region, then I do anticipate a small bounce to the upside, where we can then potentially reach this region here following a move to the downside. And so hopefully you found this video useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.